What about underwater objects like stones or fish? What tool to use there? Well, I would just use a stamp for that. So let me do a quick example of underwater. I also have a guide for this as well, and I will share that in the link a little bit later. First, let's go ahead and put down some basic water like this on the canvas. I'm going to press enter. So this should be a nice thing of water right here. Next, you're going to want to type in fish, and I'm going to go to Fantasy Regional HD, or I'm sorry, not regional, battle map. And if I type in fish, there should be a bunch of options. So let me take a look. And I'm going to expand all. There we go. So let's say that we have this fish, and I'll also do a stone as well. But the options work the same in my opinion. First, let's go stone. 1 second. I absolutely love this trick, and I like to share it with people as much as possible. Let's go with a rock underwater like this. All right, Diana, I will get to your question in just a moment. Let me first just do this. So with these, you can, I'm going to turn the shadow off for now. You go to normal, or I'm sorry, you go to the blend mode, and it's already set to normal. Go to luminosity, and it will change that to whatever the color of the background of the FG. So since this is brown, this texture is brown, the fish is going to pick up that texture. If I put it in the water, it's going to pick it up. Now, if you don't want to lose the color, then just drop the opacity a little bit, and you can also blur it as well because fish move, and so expect a little bit of blurring. And then again, just drop that opacity, and it will make it look like it's underwater. Me personally, I don't generally do that. I like to use luminosity personally. So that's step one. You can also do this as well. Let's say that you want your fish, you're in shallow water and you want the fish to have a shadow. Just go to object like this and push that shadow as far away as possible. And it will make it look like the fish is just swimming right above the floor of the water. So that casts a little shadow, and that's kind of nice. It's the same thing with this one. Now, if you don't, since there's not a rock isn't moving, you don't have to add a blur that you can't, or you can. You can also, there is a lack of oxygen under the water, and so that has a blurring effect when you look at stuff above the water, unless you have some kind of goggles or in the water. So let's drop the contrast a little bit, and by doing that, it kind of gives it a little bit more blur on top of that blur filter like that. So this is how I do underwater stuff. It works for me every time. Blend mode, luminosity, and then you can change the contrast, brightness to kind of make it look more like it's underwater. And of course, you can also put some waves on top of it so that way you can show another layer, because the waves are on the surface of the water and the fish are below the water as well as the rock. Okay, so that would be my suggestion for that. I really hope that helps.